Hello everybody, welcome back to a new weekly reading vlog. Wet hair again because I don't have time to wait for it to dry because I gotta get going and do stuff. I'm just gonna do a quick intro to this vlog to say hey, it is a new week, and I'm gonna make sure, I'm kind of hoping that this week is gonna be better than last week because last week was just a bit if you've seen last week's vlog, you'll know. I'm just gonna run through the things I want to read this week. I think it's not much change, or it's not really gonna be much change from last week. I need to finish Let the Right One In because I need to finish this week for university. And to be fair, I'm really excited to continue reading it because I'm having a lot of fun reading it and I'm really enjoying it. I also want to continue reading, and I don't have to finish it, but if I did, that'd be great. It's A Map of Days by Ransom Riggs. I need to get into more reading this, but because I've been concentrating on this more, I haven't had the chance to read a lot of this. I am still like only 100 pages through and I've been reading it for just over a week. Your girl needs to get on that. I'm also listening to my Harry Potter audiobook, and I've already nearly listened to like 2 hours of that today while I was going to the gym. At least we've got that down, or at least if I don't do any reading today, which I don't want to say because I want to make sure I do more reading today, at least I've got nearly 2 hours of my audiobook listened to. This week is reading week for me at university, and if you don't know what reading week is, it's just a week where I don't have any lectures or seminars and no classes, and usually you kind of have essay deadlines or just like stuff to work on throughout this week, and so that is this week for me. I already have one essay deadline this week. I have some other work that I need to do, but that won't take too long. So today my priority is to get basically, or try to get all my essay done. The minimum I want to do is get the final paragraph written. If I have to do the introduction conclusion tomorrow or Wednesday, that's fine. It's due in on Thursday, and then obviously once I've done all the writing stuff, I need to sort out all the referencing, and which is the most stressful part of the whole thing. Actually, to be fair, my referencing isn't going to be too bad because I've only really used one critical source, so that's fine. But because I do have a lot of free time this week, obviously to do work, I am also going to be taking that time to do some editing because I have 2 videos that I need to edit, and also to read because I really need to get back into my reading game because at the moment it is shocking. I'm not necessarily in a slump, I'm just not having the time, or not got the time to really read that much, or even more watch BookTube. I'm quite behind on watching BookTube, which is really annoying because there's so many videos that I have to watch or need to watch, but I just haven't had the time to do it or haven't had the motivation to do it. So I'm gonna try and do it this week, but I don't want to hope too much because I did that last night. Last night I was all like, I'm gonna have a day or an evening where I just watch BookTube and read, and everything got too much with last week's video. So I don't want to get my hopes up too high, but at least we can still hope. I can still hope that I'll have a good week. So I'm going to end this here. So this is a quick one, and I'm going to head into town in a bit. I need to put some washing on first, but I'm going to make my hair to dry a little bit more maybe, or just brush it through and it'll probably be fine. But then I'm going to head into town to do some work. I need to have a productive time at Waterstones. Otherwise, I will probably have a breakdown again. Let's end this here. I will catch you all later. Maybe I'll do a time lapse in Waterstones, who knows. I need to get on with stuff, with my life, with getting my life together, and I'll see you all later. Can you tell I've been crying? I feel like this is just Meg with Book's recent video where she's crying her eyes out on camera. I have just spent 2 bloody hours trying to get my iMovie to work, trying to get my iMovie to not tell me that my disk space is full when I know it's not. I spent nearly an hour on the phone to Apple for them to just tell me to update iMovie. I have cried my eyes out for too much recently over the past 2 days. Honestly, I feel like Megan right now, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, please go watch Meg with Books' more recent video because honestly, that was my source of happiness yesterday. I was crying my eyes out of happiness and like laughing so much because she's iconic. I would have loved to film when I wasn't having a mental breakdown or wasn't just like coming back from a mental breakdown. Here we are, it is Tuesday. I was hoping for today to be productive. I woke up at 8:30, I had breakfast, I watched some Casualty, I was being productive, and then at 10 I was like, we're gonna get this bread, we're gonna edit videos for this week that I want to get up this week, a video that I want to get up tomorrow because it's not gonna take me too long to edit because it's a simple video, it's a book haul. Now I honestly do not know when I'm gonna get these videos up. I can't really edit this afternoon because look, I'm having to go somewhere for uni. We're going to like a location tour. It's like 8-minute train journey from, you know, where I am now and we're literally just gonna be walking around for like 45 minutes, or not even like that, like, I don't know, less than an hour, walking around going, ah yes, they filmed that there, and then hopefully go to the pub afterwards. That's the only reason I want to go, is for the pub. So I can't edit this afternoon. I can edit this evening, but like, do I want to? I don't know if I want to, because I haven't read a single thing yet. I haven't watched any booktube videos, and like, I feel like I need to do that. I will want to read. I need to read because I need to read some of Let the Right One In, because I need to read that for university. It's typical. Like, yesterday was a productive day. Yesterday was such a good day because I got up, I went to the gym, and then I went into town and I got my essay basically done. And then I came home and I watched loads of booktube videos. I read loads. I read like 150 pages yesterday. And then I'm like, okay, today I don't have to go to the gym. I can get up, I can get some work done, and then I can ready to go off to Chilham and feel like I haven't wasted the day before I go to Chilham. I don't deal with this stuff very well. If a wrench is thrown into my plan and into what I want to do, I have a mental breakdown. It's called anxiety, bitches. I feel like Megan right now. And speaking of Megan, that video was so iconic, and it's like inspired me and really made me want to like film more fun videos like that. But like, I can't right now because I'm having to stick to the books I need to read for university, which means I don't have a lot of time or like a lot of choice and leeway into picking what else I want to read. So it's not like I can dedicate like a whole month to reading certain books. So I have to wait until after this term. But like, I've got so many like thoughts and creative thoughts in my head that I want to do, but I can't do them right now. If you haven't seen Megan's video, please go watch it. I actually love her so much. I was meant to like intro or have this clip being like, oh my god, hi guys, welcome back. It's gonna be so much fun. I've read this, I've read that. But honestly, I feel like talking about what I've read. Really, what I'm trying to say is I don't know when these two videos are going to go up. What I might just have to do is try and get my book haul done and ready to get uploaded maybe by Thursday or Friday at the latest, and then, because I was thinking of uploading both my book haul and my wrap up on like this week. With my chaotic life right now, I think I might just have to say that my wrap up goes up next week, which is a bit late because like it's in the middle of November next week, but you know, people put up wrap-ups late all the time, so I'm not the first one. I'm gonna leave this here so I can hopefully go and do something either to distract me or productive, and I think I might do something productive. I think I might start, before I have to go and make lunch, I think for just like 10 minutes, even if it's just 10 minutes, go and edit some of the book haul to at least make me feel like I've done something, like I haven't just today just cried. But I will try and remember to film while I'm out. I think it'll be cute if I do. I might just update you about books tomorrow when I'm in the mental space to do that. It's bonfire night tonight as well, and I don't have any plans, and it's really sad because I wanted to go home, like home, like back to my hometown for bonfire night, because where I live, near to where I live, they have an amazing bonfire night, which is like iconic throughout the whole of Sussex. My mum grew up with it and stuff, and I've grown up with it, and I really wanted to go to that, but because of this thing that I have on today for uni, I can't go. I will catch you all later if I hopefully remember to film while I'm out. Hello my friends, hello everybody, welcome to Wednesday. I just realised I should have filmed, and I wanted to film because I wanted to give you updates on my reading, seeing as I haven't really given updates on my reading since like Monday, because yesterday I was having my mental breakdown and then I was busy. I didn't read as much as I wanted to yesterday because I got back home from my little outing and then read a little bit, but then had to go back out. I did take my book with me and read a bit there, but I still just didn't have a lot of time to read, and then I got home and I was like, bedtime. I was like Doctor Who and then bedtime. So today I woke up, went to the gym, and now I submitted my essay, which we love that for me. Now I am just editing my book haul, which is hopefully will definitely have gone up by the time you are seeing this. I'm having the best time editing this video because I talked about Ben Barnes a lot in this video. So I've edited in clips of him and Prince Caspian because love of my life. I'm having a lot of fun editing that, just like watching all the clips and then watching how I edited it. Updates on actually, you know, what I'm reading and the books I'm reading. I'm currently about 330 pages away through Let the Right One In, and let's have a talk about this book. I'm enjoying this book a lot, like more than I thought I would. Like I wanted to obviously enjoy it, like I didn't want to not enjoy it, but I think I'm enjoying it more than I thought, and it has surprised me in the way it is, if that makes sense. I definitely think that this person's been inspired a lot by Stephen King and Stephen King's writing, because it just gives me so many Stephen King vibes. I mean, it's just very Stephen King-esque. It is very slow. It is not 100% a plot driven book. It is very much driven by the characters, and the characters are the forefront of this book. You have a large cast of characters, and you do bat between perspectives, which usually can get quite confusing, but I really enjoy it because you're kind of being told this story through all these characters. The main story is about our main character, Oscar, who is a little boy. He's about 12 years old, and he is just one of those like really not popular kids, and one of those kids gets really badly bullied at school. And then he meets a girl called Eli and becomes friends with Eli, and Eli's a vampire, and eventually he works it out and finds out that she's a vampire. And then you're also finding out that there's this murderer in the town or the place or the area that they live in. And through perspectives of Oscar, Eli's kind of friend slash dad slash lover, it's weird. I'm just saying it's weird. You also see more about who the killer is, and through characters such as like the cops. I say cops as if I'm American. Police, and just other people who work and live within this town. You kind of learn about this killer. And what I kind of like is how separate Oscar and Eli's storyline is from this whole murder storyline. I think at the beginning you feel like Oscar is kind of involved with it, but as he meets Eli, I think he becomes less and less involved with it, and their storyline is put to the back, or not put to the back in terms of focus on it, but it's not much to do with, they don't have much to do with this murder storyline, apart from the fact that Eli is a vampire and might have something to do with it. I just really like how they're just so cute. I guess even though she's obviously older than him, because even though she looks 12, and it's like an Edward Cullen sort of thing, like he looks 17 but he's not actually 17, like she looks 12 but she's not actually 12, because they're young, they're just so cute and just so sweet. But obviously Oscar is like my precious baby. I would die for him. But obviously he's very much creeped out when he first finds out that she's a vampire, because I think he finds out by her literally licking blood off of a dirty floor, and he's like, she's a monster, I'm out of here. And I just really like the complexities of Oscar as a character, because he hasn't had the best upbringing, he's had an absent father. Overall, I'm really enjoying this book, and I have about 190 pages left, so I'm gonna hopefully finish this by the end of the week. I will finish it by the end of the week because I have to, but I'm enjoying it way more than I thought I would, and it's just so much fun. And as I said, even though it's a slow book in terms of plot, the characters and just seeing all the characters' perspective about what is going on just drives the book forward really fast. I'm one of those people who can't really read for like long periods of time because I get restless and I get bored, but I can easily sit down and read like 40 pages of this book in one really easily, despite not really being able to do that for a lot of other books. The other book that I'm reading is Map of Days. I haven't read as much of this as I wanted to. I'm only like 160 pages through, and I've been reading it for like a week and a half, but I've had to concentrate, as I said before, on this. And once again, I'm really enjoying this book, and I knew I would because I love this series, but I also was a bit like, but a bit precautious going in, because it is a continuation of the original trilogy. It wasn't necessarily planned, and now Ransom has decided to, build on it, and I love that. I rate that. I'm very happy about that, but I also wanted to go in a bit, dip my toes in, just in case it wasn't as good as the original trilogy. But I'm super enjoying this book, even though I'm not even halfway through. In this book, we follow Jacob and all of the kids and Miss Peregrine as they are having to adapt to life in America. I don't want to say too much about this book because obviously it's going to spoil the trilogy. So maybe while I'm holding this up, if you don't want spoilers for the original trilogy, skip ahead. You're reading about them as they're kind of adapting to American life because they're now having to live in America. They've also developed this little loop thing where they can go and it's just like, it's kind of hard to explain. I don't really know what it is, but I think it's the Panlupticon, which is kind of like a little area for peculiars to kind of live and not live, but work. It's really weird because they have this organisation that kind of assign some peculiars some work to do to help with the peculiar world. It's a bit confusing to kind of explain. I kind of know what it is in my head, but it's hard to explain to you. It's really interesting seeing more peculiars and kind of how the peculiars work to a day-to-day basis. And it's just so much fun, and since being in modern day, because a lot of the time we were in, especially in the first book, we were in, the 1930s or the 1940s. But this one, you're in the 21st century. You're in like now in modern day, while these kids who you've been in their timeline, they're now in our timeline, and you're having to see them adapt to it. You see a scene where they order pizza, and at first they're like, oh, pizza's not good. What is pizza? I doubt, why is it gonna be so good? And then they have it, they're like, this is the best thing ever. Like, just little things like that, it's just so good. It's just so fun reading more of these characters, and it's so funny. I forget how funny these books are. I'm having a lot of fun reading this, and I cannot wait to continue because I've still got a pretty decent chunk left. And I'm so happy to be back in this series just because I love it, and also because of the photos. I love the photos, man. It makes me feel like I'm reading the book quicker. I'm also currently listening to Harry Potter on audiobook, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, that is, and I'm enjoying it so much. Rereading this series through audiobook is definitely going to help me obviously get through it quicker, but also really decide what books are my favourite. And I think, obviously, even though I haven't really listened, or I haven't yet listened to the other books on audiobook, Prisoner of Azkaban is definitely gonna be up there. I didn't listen to Philosopher's Stone on audiobook, so maybe when I've done my reread, I think I might just always have Harry Potter like reserved and always there for me to listen to, because it's Harry Potter and I will always want to like reread those books. So I think my continuous cycle of listening to these audiobooks can really help me decide, you know, what books are my favourite. But if I had to say, because I listened to like half of Chamber of Secrets, I definitely think that I prefer Prisoner of Azkaban over Chamber of Secrets. Prisoner of Azkaban, I have such a deep love for it in my heart, I think, because you do get all these background stuff in Philosopher's Stone and Chamber of Secrets about Voldemort and about all the dark stuff that is going to happen later on, but Prisoner of Azkaban I feel like is really the one where it all changes, because you get introduced to Lupin and I was about to say Snape, Sirius. You get introduced to Lupin and Sirius and kind of how, and obviously their connection to Harry and the Dark Lord, and you get more information about what happened within Harry and his parents and the Dark Lord, and kind of hinting towards stuff that is going to happen later. And the storytelling is so good, because as I listen to it and knowing the story like the back of my hand, I know the little things, I can pick up on all the little things about how Professor Lupin is ill and it's this time of the year. There's little stuff, even the really small stuff about why Sirius didn't kill Ron when he entered, or he kind of broke into the Gryffindor Tower. And Remus Lupin, I would die for him. He's so precious. I love him so much. Honestly, he's just such a precious being, and I love him. In general, I love Prisoner of Azkaban, and I think it definitely, obviously I've got to see for the rest of the books, but it's definitely going to be up there as one of my favourites, and I'm really excited to kind of decide, because I've never actually decided what one is my favourite, because I've always had massive gaps in between rereading them. For now, I'm going to put Prisoner of Azkaban at the top and then Chamber of Secrets, and then as I go along, you know, rearrange them, and then when I go for another reread, you know, just always rearrange them, because it's going to change. It will change a lot. And that is all the updates I have for today. The lighting's getting a bit dark now, so I'm going to kind of speed this along, because the sun is setting. I hope you enjoyed all the clips that I filmed yesterday when I was in Chilham. You probably don't know what Chilham is. Even if you live in Kent, you probably don't even know what Chilham is, because I live in Kent and I don't know where Chilham is. We saw the most precious dog in this pub, one of the pubs we went into, because basically we went there for a location tour and we only spent like half an hour walking around this village, because it's a small village, it doesn't take long, and also it wasn't really that exciting and important. If we didn't go to the pub afterwards, pointless trip. But we had a lot of fun. We went to the pub afterwards, and we went to a couple of pubs, and the dog in the first pub, I want it. It is this, you've seen the video, but it's a massive husky. Its name is Colt, named after the gun. It owns my heart. It was so beautiful. The pub trips made it worth it. I'm gonna leave this here, and I'm gonna continue editing the video so I can, you know, get it up tonight, hopefully. And then for the rest of the day, I might watch Prince Caspian, because like editing those clips of Prince Caspian into my videos make me want to like watch Prince Caspian. I also need to watch BookTube and read, so I don't know if I'll watch Prince Caspian. That's not my priority for now, and I should just catch up on TV as well. But I'll have a chill evening tonight, and I will hopefully see you all tomorrow. Hello everybody, I just thought I'd do a quick... Okay, that's... Okay, I don't know why... I accidentally started playing this song now.
Look at what you see in her face, the mirror of your dreams. Make believe I'm everywhere, hidden in the lies. Written on the pages is the answer to our never-ending story.
I accidentally started playing that instead of pausing my other music. I've been listening to that like on repeat for a while, because it was Stranger Things Day the other day, and I was just like, in my feels about Stranger Things, and I love the Neverending Story. But hello everybody, I just thought I'd do a quick update because I'm gonna nip into town in a sec and go to Waterstones and probably do some editing, do some reading, don't know what else, just to get out the house because I think I'll be out the house today otherwise if I don't. I didn't film yesterday just because I didn't really feel like I needed to. I don't, in a sense, have that much updates. Yesterday I just had a really chill day. Just, what did I do actually? What did I do yesterday? I think yesterday morning I watched like half of the second season of End of the Fucking World. Then in the afternoon I went to Waterstones, got some work done, did some editing, and obviously that's what I'm gonna do now. And then last night I went to something at my on-campus cinema that I had to watch for one of my modules. It was a National Theatre Live thing, so basically that's like, you know, the National Theatre are like a really, obviously it's a national theatre where a lot of very, very famous people, you know, they do theatre productions, they do plays, they put on plays. Obviously you can go and see it live, you can go and see it like in person, but a lot in the National Theatre Live, they broadcast it live to like 60 cinemas, or that might be not the number, I don't know the number, across the UK. And I went to go see one. We went to go see a production of Hansard, which I didn't know what it was before, but it had Alex Jennings in it and Lindsay Duncan. And I know Lindsay Duncan from Doctor Who, she was in the Waters of Mars episode. And it was about a couple in like 1988. The husband is a conservative member of his constituency, or he is the like person of his constituency. He comes home from one weekend and him and his wife start talking, and then they start kind of to bicker and really have this massive argument, and how she sometimes doesn't agree with some of his beliefs he puts forward and some of the things he, you know, puts forward in his kind of I'm not political, I don't know the words, but when he talks about, when he has all these like conferences and stuff like that, and he says some stuff like basically what the Conservatives stand for, she doesn't really agree with it, and he's been like, well, not all Conservatives are bigots, blah 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 blah. And then you find out that they used to have a son who committed suicide when he was about 16 because he didn't think his parents accepted him as being gay. And it was very emotional at the end, I must say. But yeah, it was good, and I just came home and chilled and read. Today, all I'm going to do is go into town and probably do some reading and do some work, as I said. This morning I had a bath just because I'm home alone, and I thought, why not? And I've been doing some ancestry stuff. Like, if you didn't know, I've been doing my family tree for about 1.5 years now, just kind of always working on it. So I've been doing just some of that and all that, and I love when people are always like, oh my god, I would love to know, love my family tree, blah blah blah. I'm like, hi, I can do it for you if you want, because I have a lot of fun doing it. And I've also done one of those like spit kit DNA tests, and I'm basically, it did tell me I was 100% European. I knew, look at me, I'm white, and that I was like 50% British, which made me very surprised. I thought I was more British, and I'm about 25% French and German. But recently I did an update and got new research, and I'm not 100% European. I'm only like 99.7%. I'm 0.01%, I think it's Melanesian. That's kind of like Papua New Guinea, kind of near Australia, and 0.01% North African West Asian. You couldn't tell because look at me, I'm white. It's interesting. So I'm gonna leave this here because I've probably want to leave in about 10 minutes. I've got to get myself sorted, and I will maybe do a time lapse while I'm in Waterstones. If not, maybe I'll do a time lapse tonight, me reading. I don't know. You'll have to find out. But I will see you all later. Can you tell like I'm just constantly listening to this song now, because now I know it's on Spotify. I'm just like listening to it all the time because I love the Neverending Story, because I just like grew up with it. I love that song and I love Stranger Things. Hello everybody, I'm just here to do a quick update. It is Saturday. No, it's not, it's Sunday. It is Sunday. I didn't film on Saturday, so that's why I'll probably think it's Saturday, but no, it's Sunday. I didn't film yesterday just because I was having a bit of a chill, boring day, and I don't really have much to film. Last night I finished Let the Right One In, and I'm very happy I did, because I was hoping I could finish it, you know, a day early, just so I can concentrate today more on reading a map of days. And also usually when it comes to like the second to last day of me having to read this, I usually don't have that much more to read. I only had like 70 pages left of this to read yesterday, so I just like read it all. I gave it a 4.25 out of 5 stars, and I really enjoyed it. I'm so glad I read this. I feel like it's going to motivate me more to read more horror books, because I've forgotten how much I like horror books. Like, I've read a couple of Stephen King books, or how many have I read? No, I've read 3 Stephen King books. I used to really like horror books when I was younger, which is really weird because I hated like horror films and stuff like that. I used to devour the Goosebumps books when I was younger, so I'm really glad that this is kind of maybe motivating me more to read more horror books, because I've forgotten how much I love horror books. This was just such a good read, and the ending was really good, and I think just in general the whole book was really chilling and just kept you on the edge of your seat. So I'm super glad I read this. I didn't read any of A Map of Days yesterday because I was concentrating on Let the Right One In. I'm now on page 230 of A Map of Days. I'm gonna go into town a bit later after lunch to just go to Waterstones. Oh my god, my camera battery's flashing, so I'm gonna speed this up. Maybe to do some editing, but mainly to read, so I'll try and get a good chunk of this read. We're now kind of getting to the journey, task, mission sort of part of this book, which I'm really excited for, because we get to see more peculiars, and then that's when the pictures start to come in more. So I'm really excited to kind of move in and see more of this world and see what this story is going to tell us and kind of give to us. I'm currently listening to The Death Cure on audiobook as a reread, because I didn't really have any audiobooks, so I was like, oh, I really want to listen to this right now, or ones that have like can come to me now that because I've reserved them. So I decided to listen to The Death Cure because I wanted to reread that one for a while and it was available. One criticism I do have is just the audiobook narrator. He's not the best, but I can get past that. And also he gives Newt a Scottish accent, and I can't remember if Newt is meant to be Scottish, but it's a bit jarring because it's not the best Scottish accent, because this guy's American. It's not the best Scottish accent, so it's a bit jarring, but I can get past that. Every time Therese gets mentioned, I hate that girl. I hate her. I don't want to get into it because I could go on for ages about how much I hate Teresa from The Maze Runner. I'm gonna wrap this up because my camera battery is flashing. I'm gonna just chill for a bit, maybe do a bit of editing, then make lunch, then go into town, and then I've got a 9 AM start tomorrow. So I've got to, go to bed at a good time tonight, so I'm all ready for tomorrow, when I will be watching the film version of this, which I'm so excited for now that I love this book. I'm so excited to watch the film version. Maybe I'll do a time lapse in Waterstones, and if not, I will see you later in the day for my wrap up. Hello everybody, I'm here to do this week's wrap up. This week I've read from 4 books, so I'm going to go through those quickly. Not going to talk about them in too depth, but my thoughts, because obviously I've talked about my thoughts throughout this whole vlog. One of the books I read this week was Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, of course. As I said earlier in the vlog, I think it might be one of my favourite ones of the series. I think I love it just because we learn so much about the Marauders, and it's just so wholesome, because at the beginning of the book you think there's this threat and that, Sirius Black is really out to get Harry Potter, and throughout the majority of the books it's always there's a threat at the beginning and Harry has to fight that threat, and that threat is still in a sense a threat. But in this one it's like there's a threat at the beginning, but then you learn that it's not a threat, and that Sirius Black is not a threat, and that Sirius Black is actually on Harry's side and is a friend of Harry's and is Harry's godfather. I think it's just so wholesome that at the end of the book you feel like you've gained a friend, you feel like you've gained something from that book, something positive from that book. So that's why I think I love it quite a lot. I also read Let the Right One In. I'm never going to pronounce the name. It's like John Ajvide Lindqvist. I don't know. If I'm getting it wrong, I'm sorry. I gave this a 4.25 out of 5 stars, and I'm so glad I read it. I had to read it for university, and as I've been saying throughout this whole vlog, it was really good and I really enjoyed it. It's a very slow book in terms of plot, but the characters really drive it, and it's just all round really good, really chilling, and it's really kind of made me want to get back into the horror genre. I'm excited to watch one of the movie adaptations for this in my lecture tomorrow, and I'm just super glad I read it. Another book that I was reading this week, and I haven't finished it, but I've got a decent way through, is A Map of Days by Ransom Riggs. This is the 4th book in the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children series. And I'm having so much fun reading this because I'm so happy to be back in this world, in this series, with these characters, and it's just so much fun because I've always loved these books, and the format of these books, especially with all the photos in it, it's just so amazing and interesting to see how Ransom has intertwined and interweaved these photos into the story, and how almost he's written his story around these photos. I think that's absolutely brilliant. I've just enjoyed it a lot, and I'm super excited and cannot wait to kind of finish this book. I also have started listening to The Death Cure on audiobook. It's a reread. I think maybe the audiobook is hindering my enjoyment of it. I just feel like I'm not engaging and really feeling like I'm getting the most out of the audiobook, which is a bit annoying because I was really wanting to reread this one because I've reread the first 2 and I wanted to reread The Death Cure, so I thought that doing it via audiobook was a really good way. But I'm not saying I'm not going to finish it, but I just don't feel like I'm going to get the best and the most enjoyment out of it through audiobook. But I'm going to persevere and just see, maybe as the plot progresses and we get more high stakes, because obviously it's the last book in the series, that hopefully it will get better, the audiobook will get better. So those are all the books that I have read from this week, and I think it's been a very good reading week. I'm just going to do a little, my normal roundup of all the pages that I've read this week. I have read 725 pages this week, which seems a lot, but I'm proud of that. I'm very proud of that actually, and that equates to about 104 pages a day. So I think this has been a very good reading week. Obviously I've had reading week, which is a thing at university where you don't really have any lectures and seminars and stuff, so I've had more time to dedicate towards reading. So I think that's obviously helped me read more, so maybe it will go down a bit over the next few weeks and obviously until the end of term. So that is my wrap up for this vlog. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I want to talk to you before I sign off. Next week I'm back to normal uni schedule, so I'm still planning on vlogging, even though it's not going to be the most exciting, but I do have something or maybe a couple of things next week which could make it more exciting. I have got a few plans and just things going around my head about the next couple of weeks or the week after next week to do booktube, but I think I'll address that once I've thought about it more and once I've, you know, I'm nearer the time. But I hope you all enjoyed this reading vlog. I think this is one of my better reading vlogs just because I had more time to think about vlogging and had more time to dedicate towards vlogging and to editing. So like, I'm pretty much up to date with all my editing, which I'm very happy about. If you are new here and you did enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe. All my social media links are in the description below. As always, I will see you all in my next video.